This is going to be my advice going into my 11th powerlifting meet. So currently, as of today, I'm 2 days out. When this video gets posted, I will be 1 day out. Actually, probably less than 12 hours out when this video gets posted. I'm not sure when I'm going to schedule it yet. I'm scheduling all my videos right now for when I'm gone, but I really just want to sit down right now and just talk my recommendations, where I've learned everything up until meet number 11. Maybe just like some tips on how you can handle the meet better. Maybe that's what I'll make this more about. But so let's start off with the first thing. When I first competed, that's when I knew I loved powerlifting, right? I knew that I loved powerlifting. The guys there were great. They were strong as hell. I mean, they're probably like my strength now. So, I mean, they're strong as hell. Great environment. Everybody wanted to help me. It was amazing. I knew I wanted to do it. But fast forward about another month and a half, 2 months later, I went to my second powerlifting meet, and that's what made me question everything. So here's my first piece of advice. Don't just do one powerlifting meet. Do at least, like, before you make up your decision if you want to do powerlifting or not, do at least 2 to 3 meets, and then you'll be able to tell if you want to do it. I go to the second meet, and there's a bunch of these guys. They're stronger than me, right? I'm 15 years old. My total was like uh, 1250, something like that. I don't even know. It was pretty bad, right? A whole bunch of these guys, they weigh like 198, totaling like 1400, weighing like 181, totaling 1300. Well, these are like fair totals, right? They're nowhere near like the egos that these guys had. All these guys just acted like a freaking cult of, I don't know what this was. I honestly have no clue what that was. I'm not going to name the meat. I'm not going to name what fed, anything like that. But basically, what I learned from that was people in the sport, the stronger they are, probably the nicer they are. 9 times out of 10, right? They had one dude who was told who had like 1,800 pound total at like 242, right? So he's big dog. That dude acted like he was Jesus Oliveras. That dude, I can't even get going on that. But don't look at one powerlifting meet as the sport of powerlifting. And I think that's with anything, right? Don't just play one football game and be like, that's the way football is. You have to do something a few times before you understand. Because then my third meet was high school nationals, USAPL, and that was amazing. That was a great setup. Everyone there was positive. I had some great competition, friendly competition, super fun. Of course, it was fun because I won, but realistically, like, that was great. Uh, as far as that second meet goes, that's the worst meet that I've ever been to. Still to this day, not like I've been to worse ran meets, but I've never ran to such cocky people before. That was terrible, right? It was just me and my dad, and I try to talk to someone. They're like, yeah, 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 kid," and then you just walk away. Look at them now. Nah, but not that. But like, realistically, if I was to see those guys now and I was like as strong as I was, I would probably, like, if me right now was at this exact same meet 2 years ago, I'd probably say, well, what's the ego for? What's on top of everybody thing for, right? And so, but there was nobody strong enough to do that meet, right? There was the one guy who had like the 1,800 pound total. That's hella respect to him. He was actually somewhat known. He wasn't that much of like a, oh, look at me, but it was really these guys who were like very like decent totals, acting like they run stuff. And then this meet that I was at before, this guy's pulling like 780 pounds. I think it was 782, and in the back room, he's like, "Oh man, did you get your warm up yet? Like, oh, let me put your, like, this dude's like, before he's lifting, he's like taking weights off, putting my warm up weight on. I'm like 15, scared in the back room, like, oh my gosh, all these untested power lifters, right? And I go to this other meet, and these guys are just idiots, right? So don't take one look at powerlifting and just be like, that's the way it is. All right, that was yap. Number two, nerves are there. Just accept it. Accept it. This is meet number 11. I already know that the morning of the meet, I will not be able to eat. I will probably be in the bathroom 10 times. I already know it's coming. And I find that when I know that's coming and I don't try to keep the nerves in, I just let the nerves out, I'm damn nervous. Like, I got competition at this meet. I'm going to be damn nervous. That's how it is. I'm accepting it, right? And the more that you do that and you accept it, I feel like the more the nerves die down. They're still going to be there. You're still going to have that adrenaline. But if you tell yourself, like, yeah, I'm nervous, like, being more nervous isn't going to do anything about it. That's a better way to go about things. When I lost high school nationals my junior year, right? This is probably about meet 5 or 6. Might have been, I think it was 6. Um, I was trying to play it off as like, yeah, no, I ain't got no nerves, no nerves, and I felt sick to my stomach. I literally felt like I could throw up at any second, right? But I found that when I embrace the nerves more, and I'm like, yeah, I am nervous. I'm nervous as hell. I can't eat. I'm in the bathroom every 5 minutes, right? Like, but when I accept that, it's much different than when I'm trying to beat it down. Like, no, I'm confident. I'm confident. I ain't nervous. Like, if you're not nervous, you probably shouldn't be there, to be honest, right? You're nervous to make yourself look like an idiot. You're nervous to lose. You're nervous for everything, right? Nerves are natural. But what my dad has always told me is what's good about nerves is nerves boost your testosterone. It makes everything flow. Like, I tell you, there is no other adrenaline, not testosterone, adrenaline is what it goes. There's no other adrenaline rush than a powerlifting meet. I've ran out to a million football games and I've never felt the adrenaline rush that going into a powerlifting meet does. Now, boxing is a little bit different, right? Boxing is another one I did. Getting into the ring, that makes you nervous. That makes you way more nervous than football. You know what I'm saying? Even just for like sparring, that makes you nervous because one wrong hit, you're done, right? But powerlifting is like boxing, I would say. I never actually did like a true like fight night. I did some good spars. I did some full on spars, some rounds in sparring. And the way that you get pretty nervous for that, you're probably going to get more nervous for a powerlifting meet. Because I'd say boxers spend enough time preparing for the boxing fight as powerlifters do for the powerlifting meet. So all that time, there's stuff to be nervous about. Embrace the nerves. Up next, we got in the warm up room, do you. Do you. That's it. That's really it. Do you in the warm up room. I'm going to give you guys an example. My junior year, again, trying to win the stupid high school nationals. That means nothing. Nobody even remembers it. Nobody remembers me from it. I was so my dad was my handler. He went back to the room to grab something. And when everybody went in the warm up room, I thought I was gonna be like this big bad dude and just wait to get like my own rack type of thing. So for some reason I didn't go in the warm up room and I sat outside. And then when me and my dad came in, like I hadn't really been stretching. I thought like it would look like more like confident if it was like me and my dad going in. That was just like it was just like my stupid train of thought. As at the end of the day, nobody cares who you go in with. You walk in a powerlifting room by yourself, it doesn't matter. And when I was with my dad, we got my own rack, whatever. I was trying to make these warm ups freaking fly. I don't know why. Something in me told me like if you move these warm ups faster than ever, it'll be good. So I got like 2 plates on the bar. I'm squatting about 600 pounds at the time. I got 2 reds on the bar, 264, and I'm doing these max effort. Like I'm like damn near jumping at the top. By the time it gets to my opener squat, I opened at a 567. Second attempt was 606. I failed 2 times in a row. Sucked. But I had 4 reds on the bar, and so the weight started slipping off on one side because I didn't have the proper clip, or the clips that they had back there were faulty, and I was so low on energy already from doing these stupid warm ups, like jumping with the weight on my back, like some stupid crap, that I didn't have enough energy like left in me to do that 485 again. Like I walked it out and then the weight started slipping. I had to walk it back in. We had to get some other clips. I had to hurry up and take it again. By the time we got to my 567, now if that just happened, like if the weight starts slipping off and I walk the bar back in and then I take a second, I do it again, normally that won't take anything from me. That's happened before. It's happened in the gym. But the reason that this was so much different was because I was like putting my max effort into moving these warm-ups as fast as I can. Nobody cares how fast you move the warm-up weight. Surprise! Surprise! I learned the hard way that day. Nobody cares how fast you move the warm-up weight. Do your warm-ups, do you. And by the time I got on the platform, I'm like, like out of breath, dude. I can't freaking breathe at all. It feels like I just ran a marathon. Like I'm not even kidding. I don't know how I even squatted the opener. I genuinely don't know how I squatted the opener. Moral of that story, do you in the warm-up room. And then the last topic that I just want to cover if you're going to the powerlifting meet, and I'm probably going to go back and watch this video the night before my powerlifting meet, or the meet that I'm going into right now, is at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. I'm sorry, bro. I'm really sorry. It just doesn't matter. Nobody cares that I won best lifter at high school nationals last year. Yeah, it was great in the moment, and they're like, "Yeah, clap, 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 clap." Everybody went back home. Nobody remembers. Yeah, it was great when I had that world record, world strongest 17-year-old. I still hold it, right? But yeah, they're like, "Oh, that's the world's strongest 17-year-old." Great, until somebody comes and beats that record, then it just doesn't matter anymore, right? Like powerlifting, like most people don't even know that Larry Wheel. Yeah, most people do, but I mean, most people don't know though that Larry Wheels' world record is now fourth, right? People know the day that he did it, but like they don't look at Larry Wheels as a world record powerlifter. They look at him more of like an achieved like bodybuilder powerlifter, just like beast, right? They know that that's one of his accolades, but they don't make that hit his profile, right? The one record isn't going to change your life, I promise you, right? The 308 world record didn't change Larry Wheels' life. It didn't, right? It was another accolade. It's what he stacked up. He had more chips, but it didn't change his life forever, right? So at the end of the day, no matter what you do, it's just a powerlifting meet, man. Go out and have fun. If it's not fun, it's probably not just for you. And I had to look in the mirror so many times and say, like, is this fun or am I just putting too much stress on myself to do this, right? Doesn't matter if you win. Doesn't matter if you lose, right? Go have fun. But those are my tips. Hopefully I can watch this back on meet day, which will be, or meet night, which is literally like 24 hours from now. Holy crap, I'm 2 sleeps away. Wish me luck, boys.